So we'll hear this scripture again from the Gospel of John at the beautiful service of light that we hold on Thursday night, December 20th. We encourage you to come to that beautiful service. It's also often read in the 12 days of Christmas. But I wanted to place this here at the beginning as we consider the symbols of Christmas, because light is the most essential symbol of Christmas. The light come into the darkness is what we say of Jesus. We also remember as we gather today, this is our first Sunday of Advent, it's also the beginning of Hanukkah, right? So we remember our Jewish brothers and sisters as they begin their sacred season. And along those lines, there's a Jewish doctor who's also an author and a teacher named Rachel Naomi Remen, who wrote New York Times bestseller, My Grandfather's Blessings, and Kitchen Table Wisdom. Some of you have probably read some of those. But she shares a beautiful story about the origins of our world, which was told to her by her grandfather when she was a child. Her grandfather was a student of Kabbalah, which is the mystical school of Jewish thought. And she calls the story the birthday of the world. The story of the birthday of the world, and it goes like this. In the beginning, there was only holy darkness. Ein Sof in Hebrew, God, the very source. In the history, at a moment in time, this world, the world of 1,000 things, emerged from the heart of the holy darkness as a great ray of light. And then there was an accident. And the vessels containing this light of the world, this wholeness of the world, broke, and the light of the world was scattered into 1,000 fragments of light. And they fell into all people, and they fell into all things, and they fell into all events, where they remain deeply hidden to this very day. According to Dr. Remen's grandfather, the whole human race came into existence as a response to this accident. We are here, we are born with the capacity to find the hidden light in all events and all people and all things, and to lift it up and to make it visible once again and to restore the innate wholeness of the light of the world. That is our purpose. It's called tikkun olam in Hebrew, this task of ours, tikkun olam, the task to restore the world to its original wholeness in light. It's a collective task involving all people who have ever been born, all people who are presently alive, and all people yet to be born. We are called to find the light in ourselves, in others, heal the places where the light is obscured, and we do it all together. No one has to save the world themselves, but we each do our small part with that small part of the world that we are given to. That's the way the story is told. As Christians, we believe that there was one particular human being who was born lowly and in a manger, and the light of Ein Sof, of God, shone so strongly in him, and his light ignited the light in others. And they ignited the light in others. and so on and so forth across this world, and the light healed, and it unified, and it brought peace. And even today, it still beckons us to release our own light, which then releases the light of others and is passed forth towards the unity of light. So at Advent, when the outside light is growing weaker, the days shorter and the nights longer, we light candles. We light lights. We light the candles of the Advent wreath. We turn on our Christmas tree lights to remind us of the light of God in each one of us and the light of Christ coming into the world all over again and inspiring us to be light for others. This is a good story to share. It's a good story to share at Advent and here for the first Sunday of the month where we always participate in communion together. Just like in the Kabbalah story where the original wholeness and ray of light was broken into 1,000 things, so too Jesus himself, God made manifest, would grow and there would be a moment in time when he would be broken into pieces and his light scattered. But this made it possible then for us to receive the power and vitality of his light into ourselves. So when we partake in communion and eat the little piece of bread that we dip in the juice, we can think of it as containing the Christ light, entering us, joining with the light of God that is already in us, each of us, and strengthening us to be light for others, so they too can reveal their light, and so forth and so on. The light has come into the world, and the darkness has not overcome it. So it's a very sacred, special meal of light that we are about to share together here at the start of Advent. But it's an empty table. And that's why Rebecca and Lori, understanding how special this meal is, have agreed to set the table for us in a very special way this morning. For this table is set for you and for me and for everyone here as a way of being aware of God's presence, God's light within us and around us always, here, right now, and forever. Amen.